Welcome back to your Wednesday morning. This is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso on SABC3. Now, when it comes to starting a business and taking that leap of faith into entrepreneurship, you really need more than just a good idea to reap those rewards. In fact, being successful takes a lot of hard work and means that you need to spend equal parts on the creative as well as the admin and all that all-important paperwork.
Time to talk small business again. And as an entrepreneur and business owner, keeping track and managing all of your financial information is one of the most fundamentally important aspects to a thriving business. This morning, we are joined once again by our financial expert, Alan Shannon, who is here to discuss just how important keeping our financial records are. Thank you so much for joining us. You were nodding your head emphatically every time I said the word information and financial records. And I think, you know, because as a new business owner, you're creating your new workspace. You're not existing within an already established institution with its own systems in place. You've got to set those systems up yourself. Why and how important is that?
I mean, I think entrepreneurs probably get into business for two reasons. One, because they're doing something they're passionate about, and two, because they want to make money. And so part of the why, as an entrepreneur, you'd want to get a sense of what the return on your entrepreneurial effort is, and whether, in fact, you're sort of making money as a function of your business. So it's really important to keep those records so that you've got a finger on the pulse as an entrepreneur. As an entrepreneur, you should want to know how much money you're making, whether you're making the sort of margins that you had planned to be making. And I think importantly, and this is the one thing that people perhaps confuse, is understand how your cash flow is working for you relative to the profit that you're making. Because profitability in itself is not going to assure your sustainability. Cash flow is. And by keeping those financial records in place and having a deep understanding around what's going on in your business financially, you're going to have a good sense as to whether, in fact, you're cash flow positive and keeping your business sustainable, or whether you're generating all these profits, maybe they're not translating into cash, and that's dangerous territory, and you want to avoid that.
The tone you're speaking to me, and it's like you're speaking to a small business owner, a client, and I love that. You clearly take this, with absolute importance, and that is so important to get that from the institutions that are helping you. You mentioned passion. You know, we're often out there wanting to make our ideas come to life. We often don't realize where we are losing money as well on costs that are possibly superfluous. I think with a small business, you also enter into the space where it's your money, it's the company's money. Those lines get blurred a little bit. Why is it so important, and how do you go about kind of separating those two?
So I mean, I think in the early stages, it is very difficult to. And in fact, as a bank, we see the entrepreneur and the business as being almost one entity that sort of has this interdependency on one another. So it is difficult to keep those things separated. And in fact, in the beginning, we urge entrepreneurs to be so invested in their business that they themselves don't see them as being separate issues. You know, the business and its performance and how it's doing financially is going to have direct influence on their own livelihood, the sustainability of what they're trying to achieve with their family. So they actually become almost one and the same thing in the early stages. Over time, it's a little bit easier to separate those things.
You want that to evolve.
But in the early stages, it's like a living entity between the entrepreneur and the business.
I think one of the most important lessons I've learned through friends and partners in business, managing relationships. And just like managing a relationship with your clients, those that you think are the most important part of your business, your cash flow, managing a relationship with your bank is just as important. In fact, it can reap so many more rewards because you've got those pillars beneath you. What is your advice to a small business owner in that space of managing your banking relationship?
So some people may see it as a necessary evil. I think our view is that it's a necessary partnership to have. You cannot, banks exist for a reason, and again, they form part of your ecosystem as a business. On the financial record side, when you keep good quality financial records, what it tells a bank is that the disciplines that you have around running your business are sound and solid, and banks like dealing with organizations that have good disciplines. I mean, we're conservative, generally speaking, by our nature. So when we see these type of characteristics coming through in a business, it just makes it so much easier to form a good relationship and get from the bank what you actually need for your business to be able to get to that sort of next level of growth.
You're A-type personalities. Just say it, man. There's nothing wrong with that. And that's what you want out of your bank, out of your partners that you're going to have to rely on when times are tough. You want to know that all of that information is there. Alan, thank you so much. Loving this journey that we're on, loving learning more about this business space. And I think it's worth noting that it's not just your partners and your clients that you've got to look after, but your bank is one of your fundamental pillars. And as an entrepreneur and business owner, you need a reliable and affordable banking partner who understands the challenges of your business. Now, Nedbank are able to support and guide you in your financial decisions and, of course, equip you with the right tools to manage and grow that business and ultimately lower your administrative burdens moving forward. So for more information and, of course, expert advice, all you have to do is stop by nedbank.co.za/business.
I'm an entrepreneur, a game changer. Now, I need my money to up its game for my business.
Get a new generation small business bundle and save up to 40% on banking fees. See money differently. Nedbank.